Okay, so I don't think it says live on YouTube. Okay, awesome. Hi. Sorry for the delay in getting set up. My internet connection's really slow. We just got a new modem here. And you would think that like with a 5G connection and a new modem that we would have fast internet speeds, and actually it's much worse than it's ever been. But that's okay. Hopefully this is recording well and things are not too terribly choppy. Although, wait, this is in the background and it looks totally pixelated. That looks crazy. So what do I do? Well, okay, so look, I'm going to ignore the old pixelated image and just suck it up. All right, so my name is Crystal Lynn Bell, and I am live streaming today to talk about big thinking. So I consider myself to be a badass butterfly. That means that I kind of do what I want, I live my life free, and I play by, the rules of success and big thinking and badassery. And yet, I've been kind of like observing myself and I'm like, I play it so safe. I think so small. I have to raise my game. And so this is what this 7-day challenge is all about. Changing the rules of what's going on inside your head, all those rules that you've set up for yourself. I've set up a bunch of rules for myself, and those rules have been limiting me. So now I'm ready to break free from all the rules that I've placed on myself. And I want you to join me in this quest. So I'm running a 7-day challenge. This is day 2 of the 7-day challenge. And the challenge is called Conquering the Enemies of Big Thinking. So according to my philosophy, because I'm a badass butterfly, I be making up my own philosophies and stuff. There are 5 enemies to big thinking that we're going to be looking at over the next 7 days. Yesterday, we looked at small vision and taking baby steps, like thinking really small, putting blinders on, and living your life inside a box. And you think that life is all about what's in your box, and you miss the entire remainder of the bazillion, illionth, biggest universe, like everything that's outside of you, you miss because you are wed to living in your box. So we want to stop that. And that's what we talked about yesterday. You can check out the live stream from yesterday if you want to dive into that. Today, we're looking at limiting. Wait, what are we looking at? Yes, we're looking at limiting beliefs. Okay, let me tell you what the 5 are. It's small vision, limiting beliefs, negative emotions, fear of failure, and your comfort zone. So today we are going to talk about the power that limiting beliefs exert over your being, over your manifestations, and the problem that goes along with that. So that's our emphasis for today. Now, let me see. Where do I want to start with this? Because it's pretty big. And this is a short live stream, by the way. By the way, I will be doing coaching for anyone who's on this call, because that's what this 7-day challenge is about. Like, I will offer you coaching to help you deal with the areas that we're talking about. So if you're having some issues around some limiting beliefs, like if you know that you have an issue around limiting belief, you can type your question or your issue into the comments section, and I'm more than happy to address that with you so we can help you deal with that limiting belief. So here's why I've chosen these 5 enemies of big thinking, because there are lots of enemies of big thinking. But these 5 that I've chosen feel really, really important. And more importantly, they feel like something that we can actually do something about now. So examples of limiting beliefs. Well, there are conscious beliefs and there are subconscious beliefs. Your conscious beliefs, are the ones that you're conscious of. They're ones that you consciously operate out of. Like if you saw a woman getting her bag snatched, like you saw an older lady getting her bag snatched and she looks a little helpless, you would have a belief of like, oh, I should help her, or oh, that's wrong, or oh, that person who's stealing from her is taking advantage of her based on her age. Like, these are things that you're consciously aware of that are kind of, you're operating from that. And so because you believe that she's more helpless because she's older, you believe that she's being wronged, you're going to therefore take some action based on what you believe. All right, great. The problem is that you have beliefs that are subconscious, that are operating below your conscious awareness. This is dangerous because when you have beliefs that are below your conscious awareness, you have no idea that they are exerting influence. And beliefs and anything that's happening below your conscious awareness is exerting influence in your life, and you don't recognize it. You don't know why. So you can experience your beliefs. Your beliefs attract to you what they are. So if you have a belief that the world is a trustworthy place and that people are friendly and that people are good and that when you need help, you are going to receive it, that's what you're going to be experiencing in the world, because you're going to be attracting those experiences that affirm those beliefs. If you have a belief that nobody is going to help you, that people are not friendly, that you don't belong, and that somehow you're wrong in a situation, then you're most likely going to be attracting a lot of experiences that reflect that back to you. So let me just tell you a really quick story. One day, so I live in Florence, Italy. I'm very blessed. Right now, I'm in California. Oh, and by the way, I'm all bundled up today because I'm in California, and you would think that it would be really warm because it's been like 70, 80, even 90 degrees for the last what, month? Like winter has been really, really warm here, but not today. The wind is raging outside. The sky is really blue, so it's really bright out. But it has been cold, and I was just sitting in the dog park with a polo, and then my alarm went off and said, hey, you have to do your live stream. So I had to rush home and get in the door and hit the button to get this live stream turned on. So I'm bundled up. But anyway, I live in Italy, and I'll be returning there in a couple of weeks. But when I was in Italy in, I think it must have been over, maybe in like September. No, it must have been over the summer. So maybe July or August. I have a friend that lives in my neighborhood. So my friend and I went walking with our dogs. It was Saturday morning, really early, like maybe 6:30 in the morning. And so I go to my friend's house, and then we are walking outside of her house on the street. And my friend is up ahead of me with her dog. I'm right behind, walking out of the door. And I hear somebody say, Crystal! And I turn around and I look. It's 6:30 in the morning. Italians don't like get up at 6:30 in the morning. Least of all somebody I know, right? So I'm like, why is somebody calling my name? And I look at my friend, I'm like, did you call me? And she's like, no. And plus she was ahead of me. Like, obviously this was coming from behind me. Crystal! And I look, and I have that moment of reality, like really not being real, because there's a door that's talking to me. The door is calling my name. I swear the door is calling my name. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? Crystal, Crystal. I'm like, what? I go to the door, and then there's a little voice coming, not from like my eye level, coming from down below in the mail slot. So because I'm kind of swooning and I'm a little bit silly, I think that there's somebody in the mail slot, like they've shrunk themselves down, they are in the mail slot and they're calling my name. So I'm like, wait, what's going on? And so I look and I'm like, who? And she's like, Crystal, it's me, Angie. I'm like, who? Angie? I'm still just trying to put stuff together. I'm like, who named Angie is calling me from behind a door? Now, I don't know the people that live on the other side of this door. So as far as I'm concerned, why would somebody be calling me? And my neighbor who lives across the street is like, why are they calling you? And we don't have a relationship with them. So what is going on, right? So I look through the peephole and I see not the peephole, the mail slot. And I see a very beautiful pair of eyes looking at me, and they are filled with tears. And I'm like, oh my God, what in the world is going on? Who are you? Why are you calling me? Why are you crying? Now I'm freaking out, right? Cristal, it's me, Angie, your housekeeper. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, why? Who? What? How? Like, what are you doing? I'm like, Angie, what's wrong? Why are you crying? And then I'm like, what? Have you been kidnapped? Why are you crying? You're calling me through. Open the door. Open this door right now, Angie. Oh my God. Angie says, Cristal, I got locked in. Am I still back? Am I back? Sorry, you guys, the internet connection, I told you the internet connection here is really poor. So hopefully this is going to last. My apologies for like diving off. I didn't mean to. It says I'm still live, so hopefully everything's okay. So Angie cleans the house for me, and she started cleaning the house for this new family across the street. And what happened was, on Friday, so this was Saturday morning when I saw Angie. On Friday, she was cleaning the house for the owners as usual, and she was in the garage. So the way this house is set up is it's a walled area, high walls, right? 8 feet walls. And there's the gate, which locks, you need the key to lock from the inside and the outside. And there's the garage, which locks, which you need a key to get in and out of, okay? And so on the other side of all that is the house, and the house, and Angie was in the garage, and the owners of the house left the house, they locked it up, and the door from the garage to the house was open, but then the wind blew the Apollo, Vieni, Apollo, quiet, go to bed, buddy. So then the wind blew the door shut from the garage to the house. So Angie got locked in the garage, and she only had access to the garden with the high walls. She could not open the doors to get out, because you need the key, and her key was locked in the house with her phone and her cell phone and her purse in the house. Fluke, just strange chain of events. And so she was stuck. So Angie then is trapped, right? Now this was Friday at about 3:00 in the afternoon. So now it's Saturday at 6:00 in the morning. So it has been 15 hours. And it was summer because there were mosquitoes. And so so what happens is I'm walking by and she sees me and she calls out to me. She's like, can you help me get of this, out of this place, please? I need to get out. I'm trapped. She's crying tears of joy because she finally feels like she's been rescued. So we managed to get Angie out. Like we had to get a ladder because those walls, I'm not kidding, those walls are 8 feet tall. We had to get a ladder from our side to get her out, right? Anyway, we did the effort, made it work, boom, we did it. But here's the reason why I'm telling you this story about limiting beliefs. When I'm in Italy, I have the belief that the people are really, really friendly and people are going to help me. I had a beetle, right? I had my hair in some really long, thick braids, right? The way I love to wear my hair in braids, okay? My braids were gold and brown. And you know those summer beetles where they're green and they're about that big and they fly, they make a lot of noise and they bump into things? Yeah, one of those got caught in my hair and the claws got caught underneath my braids, my acrylic synthetic braids, okay? Look, I'm not kidding. I'm like sitting here thinking now, is this an ornament? I pull my phone out to look and I'm like, oh, geez, there is a beetle in my hair. So I walk up to some women on the street. This is in Italy. I feel like I can do that in Italy because I have a belief that I am appreciated in Italy. So what do? I walk up to an older lady and I say, in Italian, I have a bug stuck in my hair. Can you help me get it out? And the woman is like, yes, oh my gosh, you have a bug stuck in your hair. And so she's like trying to get it out. And then another couple walks by and the two of them are trying to get it out, and eventually they get a stick and they kind of undo it and boom, the bug falls. And then the woman stomps on it with her foot. Fantastic story, but this is my experience of life in Italy. People are helpful, they're friendly, they love situations they love getting you out of a pickle, okay? So of course, my belief attracts me to pickles where we have fun getting ourselves out of them. Angie does not have that experience. She has a different belief. For whatever reason, she believes that she has to be small and unseen. Now get this. Friday night, so on Friday, instead of her calling out to ask for help by anybody on the street, she did nothing. Learned helplessness. She just sat there. And all night long, 15 hours, okay? She sat there and did nothing to get herself out of that situation. Until she saw me, then she was safe. She could call and got the help she needed. Whew. Get this. Friday night, I was at my friend's house. She was having a party. I was at my friend's house. I said to Angie, Angie, did you not see all the people that were there Friday night? Honey, why didn't you just call out and ask somebody? There were 20 of us there at Annalise's house that night. You could have been out the night before. She said, I was just too embarrassed. I couldn't. I didn't think anybody would help me, is what she said. I'm like, but this is Italy. Everybody is helpful. These are the friendliest people on the planet. And she just kind of shook her head. And all of this is to say, all of this, this has been a long story. Okay, this is supposed to be a 20-minute live stream. It's been 20 minutes of me trying to tell you this story. All right. But here, I think this story illustrates that your experience is determined by your belief. You gotta expand your thinking, and your job is to look at your beliefs, and where you believe helplessness, powerless, people are against you, when you have a negative belief, I need you to stop it, okay? I need you to stop thinking negatively. People are not out to get you. The world is not against you. This is not a hard life. You don't have to work hard in order to, to barely survive. These are beliefs that are functioning at the level of your subconscious mind, but that want to be changed, okay? They're functioning there and they are calling in more of themselves to you. The experience you have is because of your beliefs, not because the world is out to get you. So take some time as soon as you can to see if you can change your beliefs. Look and see what beliefs you have that are hindering you, okay? And see if you can change those beliefs. My job as a spiritual life coach is to help you do that. So you can tune in to me whenever I'm doing a live stream. I'm obviously doing lots of live streaming because I'm doing this live stream every day for a week. But then I live stream every Wednesday at 8 o'clock a.m. Pacific Standard Time. I do every Wednesday, 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's my Jailbreak Your Heart and Howl at the Moon live stream. And I do a new moon live stream whenever there's a new moon. You can also find me at my website, badassbutterfly.com. Of course, my website is called badassbutterfly.com because that's what I am. I own it. All right. And this badass butterfly is just trying to make myself more badass and also trying to make you more badass. I want you to be in my badass butterfly kaleidoscope, right? A kaleidoscope is a group of butterflies, okay? Like a pride of lions, right? A group of lions, a pack of wolves, or a pack of dogs, or a litter of kittens. Is that right? A litter of kittens? A gaggle of geese, all these things, right? A kaleidoscope of butterflies. All right, I'm gonna just check and see if anybody is actually listening to me ramble on right now. It says two are watching, but I don't see any questions. So I'm assuming that there are no coaching questions and that I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. So I will be back tomorrow. Oh, I'm going to put a link also to join my challenge, my 7-day challenge. You're more than welcome to. Join me to conquer the enemies of big thinking. You'll get some great exercises there to help you deal with beliefs and all these kinds of things. All right, I'm signing off. Bye for now. Bye.